Hi everyone and welcome back to the Greatness Everyday YouTube channel. My name is Matt, and in this video I'm going to share with you the 7 dimensions of wellness. And this is a video topic that I think at any time is a very important video topic. And I also believe that in the past few months, with the changes and the situation we find ourselves in now, just across the world, this topic has become even more important. So what I want to do is share with you a little bit about what wellness actually is and the different components and the different dimensions that are involved in actually maintaining true wellness, rather than just being happy or something like that, that many of us just associate happiness with wellness. And we're going to look at whether or not that's true. But at the exact same time, I hope that you are able to take a look at where you are in having these dimensions of wellness in your own life, so that if you need to add 1 or 2, or you need to rework something, you can take this video, you can look at these 7 dimensions, and then from there, you can really look at going ahead and improving your life. And that's what we do here on this channel. Basically, I make videos and content related to really improving your life so that you live each and every day to your greatest capacity. So the areas that I like to talk about are personal development, health, and wealth. So if you're interested in those topics and you want to find out when new videos come out, go down and click the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified when new videos come out. So let's jump into it right now by just kind of talking about one of the things that many people associate or think equals wellness, and that is happiness, right? A lot of people associate those two terms, happy and wellness, as being the same thing. But what actually happens is happiness is something that we feel. It's a state of emotion. So what we're going to look at here in these 7 dimensions, emotions is actually just one aspect, one dimension of what true wellness actually is. So the definition, and you can see here that I've got a guide up here, the 7 dimensions of wellness. It's a guide from Simon Fraser University that I think, as I've gone through a few different resources for this, I really believe this is kind of the guide that I like the most, because it's really easy to see visually what these 7 different dimensions are. So wellness actually is an active, lifelong process of becoming aware of your choices and making decisions that will help you live a more balanced and fulfilled life. That's the very basic definition of wellness. But the thing we're focusing on there, the choices and decisions that you make to ultimately live a more balanced and fulfilling life. So we're talking about fulfillment here. We're talking about purpose. And that's why I'm so big on really kind of establishing the values that you want to live your life by, establishing the vision that you want your life to become, or you are becoming as we speak. So there's other videos on my channel if you've got questions about values and vision, or just reach out to me on Instagram and I'd be happy to have those conversations with you. But wellness goes deeper than that. We're taking choices, we're making decisions that lead to a more balanced and fulfilled life. And that fulfillment piece is big there, because I want to go through at the end of my life and say that I was able to live in my purpose to the fullest extent. I don't want to be saying that, oh, I discovered my purpose when I was 57 years old and lived 20 more years or something like that. I want to be living in my purpose each and every day from as young as possible. And I think that I really have identified my purpose, as I've shared in some of my other videos. But I want to take that whenever it is and move forward with intent, move forward with purpose and the vision to make that happen. So that is what wellness is. And you can see here on this dimension, there are 7 different areas and aspects that we want to look at. Those 7 dimensions are emotional, financial, environmental, spiritual, career and academic, social and cultural, and physical. So going through those 7 different dimensions, what I want to do is highlight just a few of the key areas there. What I want to do is really make sure that you understand a further breakdown for each of these 7 different dimensions. And if you've got any questions, go ahead and drop them below. This is something that I have looked at a couple different guides as I've been doing research for this video, and I really believe that this one goes into it the best. So I'm also going to go ahead and link this guide down below to the people at Simon Fraser University, because this is a guide that is well worth checking out. And again, I want you to sort of do that self-assessment. Ask yourself the tough question is, in what areas am I doing well right now? So maybe you're looking at emotional, financial, environmental, and spiritual. You might be doing well. And in what areas do you need to improve? And so you're looking at the other three: career and academic, social and cultural, and physical. So that's a question that, as I go through each of these areas, these dimensions, I want you to really be self-assessing, asking yourself that question: how am I doing in this area? Is there something that needs to improve? And when you do make those improvements, I'll talk about this at the end of the video, just make sure to take those improvements one step at a time. Don't go ahead and overwhelm and try to make those improvements all at the exact same time, because you're not going to be doing all of those things well once you add them in. So add one thing at a time, make that improvement, make it sustainable, and then go on from there. So the very first category or dimension that we're going to look at here is emotional wellness. So emotional wellness involves accepting and exploring who you are, enhancing your inner resources to reduce stress and maintain a positive outlook on your life. And so some examples of that: accepting yourself for who you are, being able to really think and reason and understand intrapersonally who you are, valuing self-exploration and improvement, having a general positive outlook on life, taking care of yourself, right? Those are just some examples of what emotional wellness actually looks. And there's different strategies that you have. The nice thing about this guide is it gives you different strategies. It says learn how to manage a busy schedule. Then it gives you a few key points that you can look at. I know that for me, if I'm not managing my schedule and my planning and everything that I have to do, whether it's related to work, whether it's related to spending time with people, whether it's related to my own fitness goals and all of that, my emotional wellness isn't going to be as high as if I was actually going through and managing that well. The second point there is to keep your self-esteem high, and they give you some lists on how you can do that. Volunteer for something, surround yourself with good people and other things, and learn how to deal with worries about, maybe if you're talking from a student perspective, exams or studying. Maybe if you're talking about relationships or career, those all add into your emotional wellness. So these are some examples that you can look at and go through. The next one is financial wellness. This has been a big area of focus for me, not because I was coming from a place of lack or a bad place, but really I came from a place of I want to use my money better. Rather than just kind of have it sitting in a bank account. So this has been a big area for me over the past couple of years to really go deep on. And I've really upgraded my, let's say, financial mindset, but at the exact same time, my financial wellness. I'm in a very good place right now when it comes to that. So financial wellness means being aware of your financial situation and managing it wisely. Some examples of that: developing long-term and short-term financial goals that you might have, going through tracking your spending, we call that budgeting, understanding what those goals are, how they tie into your bigger purpose. Maybe you choose to save a portion and invest a portion of your money. All of those things can add into financial wellness, and some strategies to enhance and build up your financial wellness. Try to live without going through and just buying everything you want. So look more at what your needs are rather than your wants. Eat nutritiously on a budget. Maybe if you're somebody that's paying off rent, is renting the best use of your money at that time? Do you want to move into buying a house and purchasing a mortgage? Something like that. Understanding, again, those short-term and long-term goals that you might have, just as a few examples for financial wellness. Environmental wellness. All right, so environmental wellness is looking at creating a safe, supportive, inclusive, and sustainable community that recognizes the impact of personal and social environmental decisions. So this definition is definitely a little bit more geared towards a university or an academic definition specifically. But just to comment on your environment is a huge impactor, either in a positive way or a negative way, into your life, into your emotions, into your decisions that you make, into the long-term goals that you have. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to encourage you big time to really make sure that the people that you're surrounding yourself with are good people. The people that you are aspiring to become is a good person. The situation that you live in, do you live in a city where you're able to be active? Do you live in a city where it's just dark and gloomy all the time? You don't have good access to resources that will allow you to live a healthy, fulfilled, and well-balanced lifestyle. These are some examples that you can think of. So becoming respectful, inclusive, and kind and supportive to others is an example of this. Being aware of risks in your surroundings, if there are any. Hopefully there aren't. Being aware of the impact of your decisions and taking that personal responsibility, and using and working to improve your community. So those are a few examples of environmental wellness. Some things that you can do to enhance that environmental wellness. Surround yourself by supportive family, friends, and resources. All right, that makes sense. Be cautious about your personal security or just your decisions that you're making in social settings when you're out with friends, and the different environments you might find yourself in. Living in eco-friendly lifestyle on a daily basis, and there's definitely a lot of environmental as another definition there. Making sure that you're living sustainably, let's say, and some others. So that is environmental wellness. So the next dimension is spiritual wellness. And spiritual wellness is defined as developing the mind-body connection to foster personal growth and support mental and emotional wellness. And with that definition, I think it's important to say this is a great example that one dimension most likely is not just isolated. Most likely it's going to affect other dimensions in there as well. So it says that spiritual wellness, foster personal growth, and support mental and emotional wellness. So you're seeing the connection between the spiritual and the emotional wellness areas there and those dimensions. And that's a great point, because most likely if you're doing well in one, you could potentially be doing well in another one or multiple other areas. So all of these things are connected, and it's a good point to kind of carry through here. Some examples of spiritual wellness: having an overall sense of peace and well-being, developing the mind-body connection, understanding your own values. And this is something that is so important. And really, I love working through people, because for me, when I got really clear on the values that I had and the values that I want to live my life by, a lot of things started coming to fruition there when I did that. So with getting clear on your values, if you haven't done that, I would really encourage you to just think about that. Take a second and say, what is important to me? Ultimately, those are the values that we have. What is important to me? And then from there, what are the values that I want to live my life by? And this is something that you can revisit every month, every year, and so on. But understanding what your values are and really getting clear on what they are is something that's extremely important. I would encourage you all to do as well. Feeling part of a larger community. So maybe there's a bigger community that has the same spiritual values as you, and that's a key part of spiritual wellness. And then respecting the values and beliefs of others are just some examples of that. Strategies to enhance your spiritual wellness: managing stress and anxiety through mindfulness. That's something that if you are able to just be present and recognize a situation, recognize how you feel about something, recognize what is happening around you, there are many benefits to doing that. Reflect on your own values and beliefs and learn how you can actually live those out or be spiritually aware. So really getting clear on what your values are, really getting clear on what your belief systems are. For me, I know that. There's no question about that. I've sat down, I've kind of been working through this for a very long time, really my whole life, since I was old enough to be conscious and really kind of ask myself those questions. I'm inquisitive by nature. So these were things that I would always ask. What do I believe and why do I believe it? And so that's something that really has allowed me to get super specific on what the values and beliefs that I have are, and then going ahead and respecting the values and beliefs of other people. That is the world that we live in right now, and it's so, so important to be able to do that, to be able to have a conversation with somebody that has a different belief system than us and be able to share our side as well, and being able to do that in a respectful manner and walk away from that conversation at the end, still having respect for somebody else, what they believe, and what they don't believe. That's something that many of us should really be able to have that skill and master that skill, and our world needs it quite badly. So spiritual wellness. career and academic wellness. We're talking about everything related to knowledge, creating networks, and continually challenging your mind. So examples of career and academic wellness are seeking out resources that are going to help you make decisions about your career, about school, challenging yourself to new life experiences, always looking for that personal growth, having a well-developed sense of self, setting career and academic goals, creating professional networks, and more. So strategies that you can use to enhance this area are manage anxiety before exams if you're in an academic setting. Maybe you're in a job interview setting, or you've got a really important presentation for your job. That all applies there. Being able to manage that anxiety and understand what your goal is moving forward. Finding a sense of direction and motivation for life. This is super important. Course planning or life planning as well are some strategies that you can look at. Career and academic wellness. We're moving into social and cultural wellness. So I think we're into dimension number 6 now. With this one, we're looking at developing and maintaining healthy relationships with those people around us, and supporting the diversity of our communities through knowledge, acceptance, and understanding. And this is a really important one with just the changing dynamics of our world, where we have such diversity in our communities and countries all around the world. And it is a very exciting opportunity for that, to be able to access that, to be able to go to school growing up with people from all over the world with different belief systems. There's tremendous opportunity in there for everybody to really learn and take advantage and become a better person as you get these experiences. And I know that some communities, some of you watching this video are from areas that would be very diverse, and some of you are from areas that are not diverse. But even the fact that we're able to connect through the internet allows and expands that diversity. So social and cultural wellness is really important. It is something that, if we look at some examples of here, we're talking about developing healthy relationships with family and friends, the people around us, yes. Respecting and understanding individuals, whether we know them or not, whether we like them or not, we can still respect who they are and what they believe. Respecting the cultural identities that other people possess and have. Effectively managing unhealthy relationships. So being able to say, this is an unhealthy relationship for me. I'm working to change it or not. I'm working to leave an unhealthy situation and remove that from my life or not. And feeling self-confident by yourself or with others are a few examples there. So some strategies you can use to enhance this: being willing to meet new people and make new friends. And this is an area that some people find very, very easily. Maybe you're more extroverted than some other people. This might be something that is easy for you, and this might be an area that is very difficult for a lot of people. Maybe you're more introverted, or just building up the courage to go up to somebody, meet them, and talk to them for the first time is something that maybe you would rather do 1,000 other things before. All right, so building up the courage to going ahead and meeting new people and making new friends is one strategy. Put yourself out there. It's going to pay off for sure. Manage challenging relationships with friends, colleagues, romantic partners, or family members. Develop your intercultural skills, so being open-minded and appreciative of diversity that is found in our communities. That is social and cultural wellness. And the last one is physical wellness. So typically, I said at the beginning, a lot of people associate being happy with wellness, which is definitely more the emotional dimension that we talked about as well. But physical wellness is something that people highly associate with that term wellness as well, because they think, oh, I'm happy, and then outside of happiness, I'm in good shape. Right? So there's physical wellness, but let's look at it in a little bit more detail here. Physical wellness is about creating opportunities for a healthy lifestyle, healthy eating, active living, and self-care practices that will support your health and wellness. Some examples of this: maintaining an active lifestyle, eating nutritiously, seeing a doctor for regular checkups, or maybe somebody else that you might need to see related to your health, limiting alcohol and tobacco use, and some others there as well. So physical wellness is something that I could probably ask you, what are some things you do to increase your physical wellness? You'd be able to list off 10 things, whether you do them or not. Some strategies to enhance your physical wellness: find time in a busy schedule to be active. So you might incorporate 30 minutes of exercise into your day. You might incorporate an hour of exercise into your day. This is up to you. These are the goals that you should be setting based on your personal lifestyle. Maintaining healthy eating habits is something that you should check out as well. This is obviously something that is becoming more and more important over time. We're understanding really the relationship between food and wellness, food and physical wellness, and also the other dimensions as well, that we're really kind of getting clear on. We're getting a lot of science that is telling us maybe some of the things that we've been doing the past 10, 20 years aren't as healthy in a way that our society is progressing. Maybe in some ways the food that we're eating is not becoming as healthy, so we need to really be taking an area like that we're talking about, food, healthy eating, and really going deep with that one. I would also argue that wellness and physical wellness and sleep is something that we should not be forgetting. If you're watching this video and you do not sleep well, I've got some tips on other videos about how you can sleep better, some things that you can start incorporating into your night routine to really make sure that the sleep you're getting becomes quality sleep. And I'd love to answer any questions that you have down in the comments below as well. But that is an area that I'm a firm believer. We spend a third of our day doing that. We spend a third of our lifetime sleeping, and it's one of the areas that we neglect and think is not as important. So I really would encourage you, if you're not sleeping well, make that a priority, and you're going to see that one area of your life, improving that one area of your life, really make a big difference in the 7 different dimensions there that we've talked about. So just to review this now, the 7 dimensions of wellness are emotional wellness, financial wellness, environmental wellness, spiritual wellness, career and academic wellness, social and cultural wellness, and physical wellness. My big challenge to you right now is to look at these areas and say, hey, am I doing well in these 2, 3, 4, 5 areas? Yes or no? Do I need to improve any of these areas? And really looking at focusing on that improvement, carrying through the good things that you're doing already, but adding those areas that you want to improve, adding small goals, taking a goal and say, maybe I want to improve my physical wellness. I'm going to go ahead, and the very first thing I'm going to do when I wake up is I'm going to go for a 20-minute walk. Just even starting your day with a simple thing like that is going to make a big difference. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's your emotional wellness, and you're really going to focus on building quality relationships here over the next couple weeks or months, right? This is something that is extremely important at any time, but especially right now as we just look at the change that the year 2020 has brought us. So if you go ahead and do that, self-assess. Go ahead and really add those goals, and I'd love to hear what goals you're going to be setting and working on, so let me know down in the comments below. I really do hope this video helps you really take a honest and real look at wellness in your life, in the areas that you can improve. I want to know what you think of those 7-dimensional wellness areas as well, because I thought this was the best guide to share with you that would really give you some good detail and some jumping points to go from within that guide. So I've linked that down in the video description below. It's a great resource from Simon Fraser University, something I'd really encourage you to check out. And I'm also going to say right now, if this video helped you, please hit the thumbs up button. If you know somebody that this video will help, take the link, copy it, and send it to them, please. It's going to be great to see people sharing this video out there as well. So if this video helped you, that's great. I love to hear that. Remember, choose greatness every day. And if you're not subscribed, go down and click the subscribe button. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.